All right. Last time we played, do any of you want to kind of do a quick summary of what happened last time we played? At all? No?
Does anybody remember?
Yeah, that's
I
probably a good question.
wrote a summary.
Go for it, girl.
2 kids were outside of the house crying. Their names were Rose and Thornbolt. They were super creepy. They said their brothers locked in the attic. Their parents went to the non-existent, according to the will, basement to look for the source of monster sounds. Thornboy smiled all the way across his face, which was extremely creepy. There's lots of windmills carved on lots of things all over. There is apparently a stillborn child that is most likely the kid in the attic. And there is a 200-year-old will that we found, so the kids are probably dead / vampires. We fought a suit of armor. Darmyl kept the helmet even though it didn't fit him. We found a secret staircase that's leading to, we're presuming it's the attic, and we are probably going to die.
Seems like a really good summary of what happened last session. So with that, much like the prior floors, the attic is through the long corridor of between the floor hallways that I've created for you here. So the door over here on the map is now unlocked. And that'll take you to your attic. You are able to move your tokens, I pray hope.
Oh.
It can. I'll just head right outside.
Stop colliding with walls.
No,
Why
you can
won't
go
you
all the way
fly?
through. There's a bit of going.
There it is. Where am I? There am I.
This way.
Right click.
Left click.
Yeah, I've been playing way too much Diablo, so I need to relearn.
I haven't been home to play Diablo yet.
All right, and we are at the attic.
Before I enter said dark, creepy space, may I use a free action to engage in wild shape change?
Sure, what are you turning into?
I am turning into a direwolf.
Huh, okay.
As inspired by my mountain heritage and avatar. As said direwolf, I gain temporary HP of 37.
Okie dokie.
And a variety of other things that I'm sure will be relevant later.
Well, you're a level 2, so this will last for an hour. Marvelous.
Yes.
All right, you guys find yourself in the attic hall. Unlike every other part of this immaculate, beautiful house, you find yourself in a choked with dust and cobweb-filled hallway. How do you like to proceed?
I would like to knock on the door that I am standing in front of.
Okay. You knock on the door, and there is kind of an echo hollow ringing past as it reverbs in the room behind, and after standing there a few seconds, there is no reply or response from the other side of the door.
I'm gonna open it.
It is locked.
I'm not gonna open it. On to the next.
While Sparrow is knocking on the door, I am loping around the attic. Can I detect any smells, or is there anything that my sight or nose reveals as I check the perimeter of the room?
Not really. Like I said before, like it's a very dusty environment. So I would say that you're able to, pick up on the sense that this has been a very neglected and very seldomly gone to part of the house for a very long time, because everything is just settled.
Perfect. Let's assume I'm also really ineffectual with my sniffing and sneezing a lot, as it will.
Yeah, I think that would be a very safe assumption.
Is there anything on the walls?
Yes, the walls are wood paneling and they're just bare wood. No design, no shapes, no carving, just bare wood.
But no pictures or designs or decoration of any kind?
Not even a lamp. Nothing.
Good thing I can see in the dark.
You want to try the door to the north of you there?
I'm gonna try the one right in front of me and see if this one will open.
All right, it does.
We're going in.
Did all of our
Pardon?
oh my god, all of our fire is gone, right? So the only one who can see is Darmyl.
Darmyl should have a torch because he lit one
Yeah.
a bit ago.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it shouldn't have run out. So if you're near him, I'll just assume you're seeing by
Yep.
his torchlight.
That's what I'm doing, is sticking close to him. So wanted to make sure.
You find yourself in a small bedroom. There's cobwebs on every surface. The bed is coated in a thick sheet of spider webs. The bed is small, slender, kind of built for a single person. There's a nightstand, a rocking chair, a wardrobe, and a small iron stove in the room as well.
Does the stove light with said torch that Darmyl has?
I don't know.
Yeah, I try to light it.
You try to
Wood
light
burning?
it? All right. So yes, it does actually light. It casts a very nice, just kind of a low light glow around the room.
Can I look underneath the bed?
Sure. You get down on your hands and knees to look under the bed, and there is a ton of dust under the bed.
Ew, I sneeze.
Yes, that's a safe thing to do. It would make sense. Who's closest to the door? Shepherd? Ember?
Shepherd.
I'm not by the door because I'm by the bed.
So Ember, the puppy?
Ember.
So Ember the puppy, with your keen dog ears, will you roll with advantage a perception check for me? But just you.
I sure will. As soon as I get my cursor. See, that would be an 18.
Wonderful. So you remember in that hallway you were just in, across the hall there was another door. You hear it really slowly creak open of its own accord.
I am sort of growling and signaling in response to this to attempt to draw the attention of my colleagues here in the room.
I'm gonna turn around and look in the direction she's growling at.
Yep, start heading that way.
And moving towards the noise.
Yes, so over towards the staircase there's a door, and it has swung open, revealing a small room beyond.
I'm gonna have my hand axe at the ready while I'm gonna go through the door.
All right.
I'm gonna head along as our source of light. in the interest of not getting.
I just casually forget that other people can't see in the dark.
That's okay.
Darmyl operates under a core assumption that doors probably shouldn't ever open by themselves. So when they do, he assumes a problem.
Is this a
Are you
death?
still looking under the bed, Shepard?
No, I'm staying in the room because that's kind of not in the nature of my character.
Okay. So can the rest of you do perception to peer around the room? Again, Ember, you're able to do this at advantage.
I have a 12.
6.
Well, let's see. So that would have only been. Yeah, that's going to be a 12.
Okay. And Sparrow, what was yours?
12.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this room. You find nothing of interest beyond the spider webs and dust coating much of this floor.
So sad.
Is this a window I can look out of?
In which direction?
Towards the south. Come on, move.
That is a window, yes.
What happens when I try to look out it? I would like to look out the window.
It looks a lot like it's bricked in. Because it is bricked in. Sparrow, because you've moved to that side of the room, will you roll me another perception, please?
Sheila. 13.
Okay, thank you. Shepard, I also need a perception from you.
Perception from me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a grand total of 4.
All right.
I see nothing.
Yeah, you don't perceive anything around you at the moment. You're
No.
obviously doing something very engrossing, like watching the flames in a fire.
I am looking at the flames in the fire.
Ah, perfect.
I was going to look at this chair because I'm bored and everybody else has left.
Okay.
But I don't know why they left, and I haven't finished looking at this room. So
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
That is A-okay.
I mean, I just followed a dog. It's pretty straightforward.
Well, I was bending down looking at the bed, so
Yeah.
I don't know where you went.
Is this a desk with this?
Yeah.
So we have a desk right here, yes, and then Darmyl, to answer your question, since you have now stepped into that space, why don't you also do a perception, Darmyl?
Right. Come on. 3.
Yes, that is. There's
like
something
some
there, but what is it? I don't know.
Does the desk have any drawers?
It does not. This is just a kind of a table desk with no drawers or extremities to it. It's actually nothing's on top of it except a thick, nice inch layer of dust.
If I stick my nose into the dust and then sneeze really dramatically on top of it with a passive perception of 13, do I notice anything?
At the desk, no. Just lots of dust in the air now. Thank God no one here has allergies. Probably.
Does the other desk by the chair have any drawers?
No. No, that's the one that they were just looking at. That's just a table with a chair at it.
Oh. What about this desk?
You rolled a low number, so there's nothing there actually.
There's nothing there.
Nothing
Yeah,
worth
what about-
noticing.
Well,
Oh, hey Shepard, while you're wandering around up there by yourself, go back to that space you were just in. Everyone else, hold for just one moment. Shepard, the doorknob to the locked room just next to you starts to jiggle like someone's trying to get out of the room. All right, everyone else, what are you
I'm
doing
intrigued.
again?
What?
I said, what do you do in response to this?
I would look at it very intrigued, and then I would probably hit the door.
You hit the door like with your fist?
Yeah.
Just once?
Probably a few times, knocking on the door very aggressively because I'm irritated because I can't find anybody.
Okay. Well, there is now a pounding of equal measure and equal times in response.
Ooh, now I'm
Also,
intrigued even
everyone
more.
else, please roll perception. Darmyl, Ember, Sparrow.
9.
22?
Yeah.
All right, you hear.
17.
So everyone except Sparrow then will hear the knocking on a door loudly, and then a second knocking on the door, but a little more muffled.
Darmyl, seeing nothing of interest in this room, except for some stupid, dumb desk thing, would first drop a torch off with someone, because losing fire does not seem like a good idea. So I took away one of my torches, and I will give that to probably not the dog. So Sparrow, enjoy your
Ooh,
torch.
fire.
Wait, maybe this was a worse idea.
I have fire in one hand and an axe in the other. Life is good.
And then I will head back in the direction of the pounding that I was hearing.
Well, hello, Dwarf.
Hello! How was the other room?
I'm just
There's-
gonna slowly follow everyone else while staring at my fire.
It
I'm also
was
just whining and running back and
interesting.
forth.
Interesting. There was nothing of interest, so it wasn't interesting.
There's absolutely nothing in our room either.
Oh, I didn't realize you had wandered off.
Oh yeah, no, we the dog started barking and running, and you know my policy, so I followed it. And
I see.
there's nothing in there.
Okay.
As you are discussing amongst yourselves, repeated, there are 3 large pounds from the inside of that room, and the handle of the door jiggles.
I'm going to knock back.
I'm gonna look closely while they do that.
The door keeps knocking at me, so I keep knocking back.
Weird.
After you knock back, it's silent.
It what?
It's silent. There's no response this time. Sparrow. Perception. Just Sparrow.
$11.
All right, you're not paying attention. The door behind you that you just exited slams shut really loudly and locks itself with a loud, deafening click sound.
Probably fine. There's nothing cool in that room anyways.
The door in front of you, Shepard, unlocks itself.
Oh. Well, I'm going to open the door,
This is
and I'm going to walk
door.
in. There was something in here knocking at me.
You find yourself in an mostly empty storage room.
Well,
Looking
that's
around
interesting.
the room, you find a lot of old furniture, coat racks, there's mirrors. A lot of the furniture and boxes and crates are covered with tarps and old blankets. There's dusty white sheets draped over the mirrors, and there is a human-esque figure standing in the corner with a sheet draped over it here.
Interesting. When I look at this dusty, human-esque figure, what do I perceive?
It looks like a 5'5" human shape with a sheet over the full figure.
I want to touch it.
Darmyl thinks back to the helmet and thinks better of his initial idea.
You want to touch it? All right, you're able to do that. You touch it.
I don't. Nope, I'm not touching it.
It's firm, Shepard.
It's firm.
Mm-hmm. Has a bit of like push, but not a lot of give.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Darmyl readies his warhammer and shield.
I'm taking the sheet off.
You take the sheet off. Do you like whip it off dramatically, like you're pulling it off, or you just like tug on it so it drops off of the figure?
Yeah, I'm just gonna lightly tug it so it slides off.
All right, so it slides off to the floor, and as it slides off, there's nothing there.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I want to pick it back up and put it back on.
You put the sheet back on the space where the thing was, and the sheet falls to the floor.
Oh, interesting.
I
Okay.
immediately do a 360 with my hammer out.
Oh, I'm gonna just kind of gently push him over, and I'm gonna say, "Hello, where'd you go?"
Since I'm standing right behind Darmyl,
Yeah.
when he this swings around, I'm just gonna kind of blink at him. Like, are you? Don't hit me with that, please. See what?
This sheet was hanging on nothing.
But there was something there. I touched it. So, hello, where did you go? Are you there?
There's a rustling at the door you all entered in.
Oh shit! Somebody get to the door.
I was just
There
saying,
are lots of nothings in this room.
Okay, so we have somebody.
A large figure at ceiling level billows through the room directly at Sparrow, and upon colliding with Sparrow's body, disappears.
I'm gonna drop the torch to the floor, just from the initial feeling of something, and then kind of look down at my torch a little sad. It made me lose my fire.
Darmyl, you're closest. You hear a very quiet giggling, and the door shuts near you.
Hey guys, I think something's gone wrong. The door just shut.
I'm gonna bend down and pick my torch back up.
I hope you relight it. I go to the door and jiggle the handle because of my core theory that doors should not operate on their own, and if it does, they're bad.
Nope, you jiggle the handle and it's just a door. It doesn't seem to be doing anything of its own volition.
Well, I look in one of the mirrors.
You see yourself looking back at yourself, a reflection of yourself you would normally see, but you're frowning and blood is dripping down the sides of your lips.
Hey, what do you guys see in the mirror?
I'm gonna turn around and look at it.
You're gonna look in the same mirror that Darmyl is looking in. Sparrow, you don't see a reflection of anything. Just the room around you.
Like I don't even see a reflection of myself?
Correct.
I am also a nothing.
What does the direwolf see?
The direwolf sees a majestic and very large wolf standing majestically and pridefully in front, with this beautiful coat of fur shimmering in its reflection.
And then, did you say there were multiple mirrors?
Yes.
Alright, well then I want to look at another one. This started out as I was just mad about the door and looked in a mirror, and now Darmyl would be curious. Well, what did I see the same thing that like everyone else saw when they looked at themselves?
No.
I'm sorry, I missed like the last 3 minutes because there's something wonky happened with Discord.
Welcome
it just
back.
blew up on me. I'm so sorry.
No, it is okay. We had some people. So the door opened. Something flew in, disappeared as it impacted Sparrow. The door shut itself. Darmyl looked in the mirror. The dog looked in the mirror. Sparrow looked in the mirror, and the door had giggling on the other side of it. But we've ignored that because we're looking at ourselves in the mirror right now.
Okay.
What would Shepard do in reaction to this?
I would likely pull out a notepad and start taking notes.
Would I feel anything weird or odd since that thing kind of went through me?
Nope, just kind of like a really cold sensation and then back to normal.
Okay.
So, yeah, so as you're looking in the mirror, Darmyl, you know when there's those hairs in the back of your neck and they start standing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that as the door swings open very creakily, very loudly, and very slowly, and a spectral figure walks into the room, and you start to roll initiative for me, please.
Fabulous.
Well, I guess I don't, in fact, need to use Divine Sense. Found it.
Initiative.
Sparrow, what did you roll?
18. Sorry,
No worries.
I forgot. I'm not Sparrow. I'm Shepherd.
Yeah, that's okay. Sparrow, sorry, go ahead.
And
Okay. Darmyl?
19.
Ember?
4.
All right, Darmyl, even though you those little sensations you had from the hair on the back of your neck allowed you to be alert enough to get to go first.
All right.
What you see standing floating off the floor, like Mewtwo slightly, before you is this figure of just stunning, absolute beauty. There's a like wild shape of hair blasting above the skull, and the figure is partially clothed in an outfit that's form-fitting to their female figure. And past that, just like a very clear death aroma and presence. What would you like to do?
I think for a second. I think there's zero part of Darmyl that thinks there's probably anything good involved with this, so he would just get within Warhammer range by feet, and I'm just gonna he would just swing.
All right, roll your to hit.
God, I hope this works. So that is a dirty 20.
All right, roll your damage.
So we are going to, for the first time, I'm actually pretty excited for this. I get to Divine Smite. So is this a undead or fiend?
Yes, for the
Great.
roll purpose, yes.
So that'll be, got my shield, so that's just the one-handed. So that's 4 damage plus, I roll a d8. Oh, gotcha. 1, 2, I get 3 of those. So that's another 13, so that's 17 damage total. And I use a spell slot.
You said 18 damage?
17.
17, beautiful.
4 for the base damage and 13 on the Divine Smite.
Okay, cool beans. And in response, the scary, kind of grim figure turns to you, very clearly displeased by what's just transpired, and raises both of its hands, long spindly fingers, out towards you, and does a 19 hit.
That is my AC.
It matches, so then no, it does not hit. Alrighty. That's all it does. It tries to grab you with its hands and seems to kind of pass through like syrup, as it's not able to be corporeal enough to grab you. Shepherd, you're up.
Okay. I am going to use Sacred Flame. And I don't have to, it's a 13 dex to hit. I don't have to roll, do I?
So the way that works is that when it has that dex 13, that means I have to make a dexterity saving throw of 13
Yeah.
DC.
Okay.
And the roll I got was a 8, so I failed.
Fantastic. And I got a 2.
Alright, so that's 2 damage. Alrighty. Sparrow, you're up next.
I can't remember how far I can move in a turn. I can move.
So you can
10,
move for
right?
your speed. So where it says your speed, you can move that many feet.
Tries to find.
So in the middle, so you know where your strength and your dex and your con, that's the very end of that. It's walking, 30 feet speed. So you can move 30 feet,
Oh, okay.
which is the equivalent of 6 squares in a straight line.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. However,
Alright,
you
I'm
cannot
gonna
go
move- yeah?
there because Shepherd is standing there and you can't share space. You could move to the other side over here.
That'll work.
And since you're on the opposite side of the creature that your ally is, you're able to have flanking. So that means you'll roll if you do a melee attack with advantage against the enemy.
Cool. So I am going to attempt to use my battle axe on this thing.
Alrighty.
Hey, y'all.
I'm sorry, what did you say you roll to hit?
Say that again?
Your roll to hit is a what?
10.
Ah, that is not enough to hit.
Sure. Okay, so since I have 2 weapon fighting, I'm gonna try to hit it with my hand axe, which is in my other hand.
Alright.
And that's a 4. That one's not hitting either.
No, it is not.
With advantage, still.
Yeah, so they should both be with advantage because you're flanking. So did you roll with advantage on both of those, Sparrow?
I did not. I can't remember how to do that.
So when you roll with advantage, you roll 2 numbers and you take the higher of the 2 rolls.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with my battle axe, it would have been a 14.
Alright.
And with my hand axe, it would have been a 12.
Alright, well you would have hit with the battle axe, so I'll let you roll your damage for that now that you know how that works. The second attack will say misses.
3!
Okie dokie. Thank you.
I'm not useless.
Correct. None of you are. Alright, now it's the puppy's turn.
Okay, so the puppy races in and attempts to bite the creature.
Alright. Do you have your sheet to do that?
Yes, I do. I saved it all.
Marvelous.
So,
Alright, yeah, so roll ahead.
great.
She didn't
Lovely.
just take it, she made a custom action in D&D Beyond.
Good. Beautiful. I love that.
Ooh, thank goodness I have pack tactics, meaning that I have advantage if at least one of my allies is within 5 feet
Yes.
of the creature, because I just scraped in a 13.
Perfect. Yeah, roll your damage.
Great. I'm gonna let D&D Beyond do that for me. That is 8 piercing.
Beautiful. Darmyl, you're up again.
All right. I take another swing with the Warhammer.
Roll to hit.
That'll be a 16.
Roll your damage.
I'm going to not smite, so just normal damage.
All right.
Is 8.
All right. As you do this, the figure starts to flicker and become more and more transparent. It flickers kind of around the room before getting right above the crate here next to Ember and kind of just disappears into dust above it. And you're out of initiative.
Interesting.
Point of fact, that did count as a creature, correct? Or
yeah,
another
technically.
category?
It technically
Okay.
is a creature. I mean, you're technically
Great.
a creature. Darmyl is a creature.
Oh, we
Perfect.
know.
I assume the alternative is, for example, furniture, so thank you.
Darmyl's a chair.
Well, I mean, we could be chairs.
I think Darmyl would have tried following it, so I think
You want to investigate?
I would, yeah, I would take a look at the chest. I wouldn't just open it, but I would take a look.
So passively, you're able to see that it's just a wooden crate that appears to have been. So there's a sheet over it, but there's like nails sticking out of the sheet. So it's just kind of like nailed together, the sheet included, just kind of haphazardly and rushedly.
Is the sheet like nailed to the floor as well?
No.
I would take a peek under the sheet.
All right. Looking under the sheet, there appears to be a skeleton shoved into the crate.
Ooh.
I drop the sheet and inform the group of this quite dynamically and animatedly.
All right.
Is it a big skeleton or a little skeleton?
It's a crate-sized skeleton.
That tells me nothing.
You're an amusing dwarf.
I'm gonna walk forward to look at the skeleton and determine for myself.
All right. You're gonna. What are you trying to figure out? Like the specificity of the skeleton in general?
I'm just trying to see if it's adult-sized or kid-sized.
It's adult-sized.
Okay.
While
That's
you're
all I
looking
wanted
at
to
it,
know.
can you just? We'll just have you roll a medicine while you're looking at it.
Medicine.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it's a woman.
Not good at that.
It is a woman skeleton. That's it. That's all you know.
Is there anything else in the chest?
Nope, not that you're able to see with looking around right now.
This seems like a really interesting way to die.
Having recovered from my shock, I just kind of I attempt to rip the sheet off so that we can just all look at the skeleton.
Yeah, you're able to do that without a ton of effort. Like I said, haphazardly and just rushedly put together.
I'm just gonna reach forward and touch it.
Did they die in the chest, or did they get put into the chest after they died?
Roll a medicine check, Shepard.
Okay. A nat 20. Plus
you
5.
can tell that based on the shape of the bones and the way the legs and the pelvis are placed, that the person who is a woman was likely the nursemaid whose room was below you, due to the shaping of standing with a child on a hip, so to speak. As well as you can tell, looking at this, that the victim was shoved into the crate after death, due to the death of multiple knife wounds around the collarbone, the spine, and the legs.
Okay, so my intrepid explorers, it appears that this was likely the nursemaid. She has a slight tilt to her spine and pelvis, which indicates that she was the person who carried around the child. And she had been murdered through multiple stab wounds around the collar and the back. Then they brutally shoved her into this chest, and here she is for us to find.
Did the thing we fought's female form look at all like the nursemaid or the skeleton?
You can kind of surmise they're exactly the same shape and size.
We just killed the nursemaid.
Again.
So it was like a poltergeist nursemaid?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Well, seeing as we've probably already killed it, or at least I like our chances again, and since I'm able to surmise they're exactly the same, I pull out like a femur or a tibia and I toss it to the pupper.
Oh my god!
Who catches it?
And then keep pulling the bones out because I'm pretty sure we got the spirit. It can't come back to life.
Cool. So as you're doing that, because like I said, we determined everything about the skeleton. We didn't do much else past that. So as you're taking the skeleton apart, its hand, which was clutching something, opens and releases a small key that drops to the floor.
I grab the key as I'm doing it.
Okay.
Guys, I found a key.
Wow.
And then anything else in the crate?
Nope, that's it. Just a very dismembered, dead, stabbed to death nursemaid.
I take a second after that, we just gotta find it. Everyone okay?
Wolf wags tail and happily chews bone.
I have no reason I would.
As you guys are having, right before you get to a conversation, Sparrow, from out in the hall of the attic, you hear children laughing. All right, continue, Darmyl.
So yeah, I would just sort of check in, take a quick breather, and look around the room again to,
I'm more amused by the sound of children laughing to answer his question, so I'm just kind of gonna wander out into the hall, looking for the source of the sound.
Okay. As you do that, I'm gonna have the rest of the group do since we're engaged, do a perception to see if you notice Sparrow leaving the room while we're engaged in conversation and looking around the room for other things.
21.
Nat 20 for a total of 22.
All right.
21.
So then you're all able to see Sparrow just kind of slowly slink out of the room, kind of captivated by something that you're all unaware of.
I noticed that she doesn't have a torch and forget that, night vision exists and just start to follow. What's going on?
The laughter sounds are coming from the other side of that door you're standing by, Sparrow.
I'm going to try the doorknob again, even though it was locked before.
It is still locked.
I'm gonna bring the key we just found over to the doorknob and go bring it close. But before I get close enough for it to get sucked in or whatever, just say like we just killed the nursemaid and she had this key, so and we just, kids are probably around, and think back to that terrifying smile of teeth.
The kids are always around.
and then I try the key in the door.
Oh, it sure does work.
Oh, baby.
Sparrow's just gonna kind of light up with excitement.
Alright, I open the door and I assume sort of bump shoulders with Sparrow first thing into the room.
Yeah, so you walk into a room. This room contains a bricked up window flanked by 2 dusty wood framed children-sized beds. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its sides and a dollhouse that's a perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand on the opposite wall. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are 2 small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing that you recognize from when you first met at this house. The smaller of the 2 beds is stuffed with a doll that you also recognize.
Well, I guess that answers that.
Told you they weren't alive.
I continue to think they're probably not alive. I'm starting to really think that's the case.
You are a genius.
Are the skeletons reaching out hands to each other?
Yes.
So the puppy's gonna walk in and use its femur bone to just nudge the hand bones until they're touching and then drop the femur on top of it.
Okay. Cool.
And then sniff and sneeze ineffectually.
Oh, okay. And people aside, you are just like Kaza. You two are a match made in fucking heaven.
Don't dox, please. No doxing.
Oh my God.
No doxing. You mean Sparrow. We know you mean Sparrow.
No, I said that was an aside. That was an aside.
But
People,
I did,
real
but,
people.
Yeah, but we
Yep.
don't dox in recording.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
Oh. Nobody's watching these things anyway but us. Oh.
True enough, probably. Yeah, so what would you like to do in this room, other than what Ember has done?
Jesus God. Fuck. That was beyond awesome. Oh.
I'm gonna roll a perception and see if I can notice anything interesting.
Okay.
Beyond the dog's bowl.
13. I am not very perceptive
So
today. I'm just in my own little
with,
land.
13,
Have
you're
you
able
been
to
smoking?
see. So you do notice that this dollhouse over here is in fact a perfect replica of the house, down to the room you're standing in.
Does the room we're standing in also have 2 skeletons in the dollhouse?
It does, actually. It also has 3 people and a dog standing in the room.
I'm gonna crouch down and look at it and point and be like, hey, look, it's us.
Are you serious?
Wait, really?
It's us.
And I take a look. And I wave and like look back and forth in completely the wrong direction usually to catch like if I can see myself waving. Like I'll wave, but then I'll stop waving to look.
Beautiful.
That's wrong.
I love that.
Okay, so I would like to try an experiment. I want you guys to watch the dollhouse, and I'm going to pick up the head of one of the children and just move them slightly.
I'm gonna plop down in front of it, like all cross-legged with my head resting on my folded hands while I'm just watching the dollhouse.
Okay, so you're watching the dollhouse, and I move the child. Did it move inside the dollhouse?
As you move the skeleton, 2 ghosts appear in the perfect image of the girl and boy you met outside. Why are you playing with our skeletons?
I wasn't playing with your skeletons. I was conducting an experiment. I wanted to see if what was in the dollhouse was real. Are you real?
Not play.
Are you real?
But I am real. So are you connected to your skeletons?
Are you connected to your skeleton?
I am.
It seems like that is your answer.
But do you move at the same time that your skeleton moves?
No, but I don't want you playing with it. It's not a toy.
Oh,
The little boy is
I'm not
obsessed.
I'm not going to move it at the same time anymore. I just did that once. It won't happen again. I do apologize. I didn't mean any offense.
The little boy puts his skeleton head back where it was and jumps up on his bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have done that for you. How long have you been here? Have you been here a long time?
So many moons have passed, the girl responds to you. It has been many, many, many nights. I think I've counted several thousand of them, in fact.
Are you able to leave?
Do you think I'd choose to live in this room here for all of eternity? Staring at where I once was, and once could laugh, and once could move, and once could play with my dollhouse?
You can't play with your dollhouse.
I'm gonna stand up and kind of turn and look at the ghost closest to me as I have a thought from something we heard previously. Hey, since you've been here for a really long time, is there a basement?
Yes, but we don't go down there.
How do we get to it? Is it in the dollhouse?
Look in the
Also, why
dollhouse
don't
and your answers will be revealed.
Why don't we go down there?
Because we don't know where there is. I'm gonna look back at the dollhouse and try to find it.
Alright, well, when you're trying to find it, I'll have you roll a investigation.
13.
Yeah,
That is my number today.
So the room where you put the found the nursemaid stabbed to death, there's a secret door just around the corner from the entrance. That is in the dollhouse that you didn't notice when you were in the room previously.
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
So, it's back in the other room.
Darmyl asked the kids, can we go in the basement?
You can, just don't disturb our mother. We just wish we could be at rest as well.
Is there something we can do to help you be at rest?
Why don't you roll a religion, then, both of you, to determine if you know a way to do that.
Oh, I got a 20.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, I got 17. Yeah, 17.
Okay, so you both know that if there is a family crypt, you could bury their bones in the crypt, or you could have a funeral outside of the house too. But either way, you would have to move the skeletons from where they're at.
Will they attack us if we try to move? Will you attack us if we try to move your skeletons by performing a religious ceremony to help you rest?
What kind of religious ceremony?
What kind would you prefer or do you need?
Just bury us in the family crypt. We won't interfere as long as you dedicate our skeletons to the goddess Lolth.
Lolth. Do I know who Lolth is?
Do a religion check again.
Oh, fuck you. It just slipped over from a 19.
Yeah, you don't know then. What was the total that you had?
It was a 5.
Yeah, you don't know offhand who that is.
I'll do one too.
Alright.
Oh, I only got a 7.
Oh, fuck.
You also don't know. Darmyl, are you religious at all?
I am not.
Okay.
Your direwolf is.
Ember, you are shape-shifting back. It's been an hour.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. I shake off my wolf form and stretch, and then sneeze really hard, and then I roll a 19 on a religion check. And is that enough to answer the question?
Yeah, so you're able to like very smoothly transition back to your natural form, and however you want to deliver this news is that Lolth is a female drow goddess with blood ties to noble houses, and is the known as the Spider Queen of Evil Death.
Oh my god.
So, do you wish to share that with your party?
My is a little tanky at the moment, but I convey all of that magnanimously with my colleagues when I have internet connection.
Okay.
Wanting to be dedicated to a goddess of evil death seems like a really odd way to be at peace, but okay.
A fucking drow? Really?
I asked, where is the family crypt? Is it perhaps also in the basement?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Because that's where Mom is.
Yeah. Is Mom perhaps a spider?
Ask her yourself and you'll find out.
Oh,
God. I just kind of got a little nauseous there. Not excited. Not excited. Excuse me.
All I can tell you for sure is the monster in the basement is not our mother. We
Is your
never
mother
got to
also
see
in the
it.
basement?
But what was that, Darmyl?
Is your mother also in the basement though?
Yes.
we
So
just can't
have-
disturb her.
can't disturb what is allegedly totally not a spider.
Are you afraid of spiders?
Find out how Darmyl feels.
I like spiders I can step on.
Shepherd, the little boy ghost next to you, gets down on the floor near you and looks up at you and opens his mouth and asks you a question. He says, "Will you put a piece of bread in my crypt, in my tomb, for me when you bury me?"
Well, of course I will. That seems kind of odd, but yes. Yes, I'd be happy to.
Thank you. What a handsome Thembo.
Did he just call me Dumbo?
Thembo.
Vembo?
Like a himbo, but them.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Is there anything else? Otherwise, we're gonna go again.
No, I think you can go hang out in the ether for a while. Thank you for stopping in. Wait, what?
What's with all the windmills?
It's the place of power, they say in perfect unison as they fade out of the plane that you're in.
That was a really good question.
It was a really good question.
That explains why it was in the will.
Really fucking annoying answer.
Was it?
Well, it was with
They're
the will.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stomp on because I'm mad.
I'm gonna take a peek at this.
Why are you mad?
Before
Because they irritated me.
Wait, guys, there's a chest in here still.
What?
Yeah, the dog's standing on it, but I'm pretty sure there's a chest in here.
There's not a dog. There's just
Not a dog
a
anymore.
beautiful druid.
Person.
What?
You wanted to look at the treasure chest?
I would.
You want to open it?
I would first inspect it.
Inspecting is with your hands, perceiving is with your eyes.
I would first perceive it, I think, because I don't think I've even looked at this thing yet.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it does appear to be a old-timey treasure chest, but it's painted blue with big giant stars and the planets in kind of a shimmery purple paint.
Oh my god, is it a toy chest?
Well, it would seem that way based on the coloring on the outside that's faded and chipped over time. Yes.
I look around to make sure the ghost kids aren't around and kick it open.
Yep, just a ton of toys, peeling paint on all the wooden army figures. There's a bunch of dolls in there with empty glass eyes looking up at you. Cobwebs in the cracks in the extremities of the chest. And that's about it.
I take a quick kind of rifle through to make sure there's none I can sell for a lot on Febe when we get back.
Oh, yeah. So while you're sifting and going through, do you want to make a con save, please?
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, 19.
Okay, so yeah, you're good. Nope, there doesn't seem to be anything in here that's not very, very worn with age.
Great.
Shepherd under their breath says dwarves and their sticky fingers.
So the basement then. I think nothing of it.
I'm gonna go over to where the door was on the dollhouse.
On the dollhouse, there was a little button into the on the wall, kind of like shaped like a deer head, and you're able to find the deer head button on the wall. Do you push it?
I'm gonna try to push and pull it.
Okay, yeah. Well, pushing it will open a door to a spiral staircase descending.
Guys, I think I found the basement.
But my question is, did we explore everything up here? Do we want to look anywhere else? Are we done up here?
It's just that stupid desk room.
Desk room.
There was something that Ember was growling at in there.
There's a desk room up here? Where's the desk room?
Follow me. And I bring the torch.
Bring the torch.
Since Ember is humanoid again, I'm going to ask her, what were you growling at?
In here?
Do you recall, Ember, why you were crawling? Do we have sound with Ember?
I don't recall this room.
You have not been in this room yet.
Ah. Oh, is this when I was staring at the fireplace?
This is that room. Why didn't you roll
You
a
guys left
perception?
me all alone?
So yeah, there's some dumb desks in there.
Okay.
Can you roll perception?
Yeah, can I roll a perception over here?
Yes, please do.
Where at? At the desk or at the bed?
They kind of showed you around what they had seen and kind of described what was in this room, which was the table, the small bed, and just kind of a weird liminal space that no one could put their thumb on.
I got a 13.
All right, so the thing about the liminal space that doesn't quite make sense is that it's a desk, but there's like this veil, if you will, covering and obscuring seeing past into what the space has within it.
Yeah, this little area here
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make sense.
Do you want to like reach your hand out to kind of like part the veil?
Yeah.
Or, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So in doing so, you realize the veil is actually hundreds of years of dense cobweb built up. As you part this cobweb, which is a complete shear that kind of prevents perceiving past it, on the desk in front of you is are two items. The first of which is a yellow clothed doll made of porcelain, smiling with dead empty eyes and kind of tilted up in your direction. And then next to it is a baby's first guillotine set.
Lovely. Okay.
So a creepy doll dressed in yellow and a baby's first guillotine set.
Hey.
I want those.
You want to grab them?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can add them to your inventory.
Oh my god.
That would be a fun way to die.
I'm be honest, I've seen these before.
Yeah, so it's actually big enough to, I suppose, do adult circumcision or chop someone's finger off, but not do any, like, severe head damage. Well, I guess it depends on which head we're speaking about. Anyways, that's all you're able to find.
I mean, the full-size one would be a fun way to die.
Yes, but this is a toy for children. It's a dangerous toy, but it's a toy. Do we have Ember has returned to us? Question mark.
Yeah. Do we want to just take 5 and I can run up and try to figure out what's going on?
Yes, let us do that. Alrighty. Let us continue our investigations. I don't believe there was anything left unturned on the floor here. If you wanted to start making your way to the next place there.
Sure. I wait until the group all stacks up. Sparrow, grab your torch. I think you still have one laying in the middle of this room.
I did leave it there. Guess I will pick it back up. But I'm going to hand it to Ember.
I will hold your torch.
Alrighty. As you finish descending the stairs, Darmyl, you find yourself in a long hallway with a stone floor. Unlike the beautiful wood of the house, you're in a dark cave-like system under the house. The walls are earthen, with some amount of stone built into them to kind of help hold the structure of the house around you, as well as the halls and chambers therein. But the floor is an uneven kind of cobblestone.
Can I do a quick history check on what I would know about this stonework? Because I have my mountain dwarf background, I know a lot about rocks.
Sure, do that, but stop moving where you're at, so we can pick up there after you've done your check.
Alrighty. So that will be that roll plus 4. So wow, whopping 8. Never mind. It's rocks.
They are rocks. You're very perceptive.
Right. I continue down the hallway with everyone.
Alright, Sparrow, you find yourself in a room with a wooden table and 4 wooden chairs. At the far end of this room, you see a bed in a kind of an alcove, a bunch of small straw beds on the floor. They're all very dirty and, just not very of good make.
Is there anything on the table?
Nope, just dust.
Anything on the bed?
Just little names have been embroidered on each of them.
Are they the names of the kids?
No. Do you read Infernal?
Do I read Infernal? I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not. Let me look.
No, it looks like you know Common and Dwarvish.
Common and Dwarvish, so that would be a no.
Okay. Anyone else speak Infernal? It looks like a bunch of weird characters that you can't decipher.
So this is weird.
I'm gonna look under this one.
Alright, looking under it, there is a kind of a reddish stain on the ground below the bedding.
Wonderful.
That can't be good.
I take a look into this one.
You find the thing of the same description I just gave to Sparrow.
And then just knowing what I'll see, I take a look under the last bed.
There's just ground underneath that one.
Zach, where the hell are our languages in here?
On the far left of your screen, it'll say proficiencies and languages. Armor, weapons, tools, languages. Bottom left corner of your sheet. Do you see it on there?
The board. Yeah, I'm just blind. Thank you, dear.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, so we've got... I just want to make sure I've got this right. I've got an investigator background. I gotta do my sleuthing real quick. So we've got 3 beds, 2 with bloodstains under. We have potentially 3 kids, 2 of which we know are probably mostly at least likely dead at this point.
These are all adult-sized pallets on the ground, made of straw and crappy material, in a basement in a house that you already know has 2 dead children in a bricked-in room upstairs where skeletons were found. So I'll let you continue piecing it together how it is your character would do it, but I'm providing you all of the information you do already know.
Yes.
Historically, the servants would be living down here. Or, well, yeah. So our investigations haven't come up with very high rolls so far?
This area, no. There's not much here that you need to find or can find that's useful.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Sparrow, as you walk down the hall and lead, you find yourself in the family crypt.
Shoot, did we grab the skeletons, y'all?
This is where they wanted to be buried.
Which way are we going?
I'm going in here.
Right. You find yourself by 2 crypts. The first of the 2, Sparrow, has a blank stone slab, and the crypt is open and it is empty. The second has the name Walter Durst on it, and the crypt is also empty, and the door is also open.
That's not good. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that coffins are supposed to have corpses in them.
Nope, not a coffin, not a corpse, just an empty crypt. An empty grave.
So they're like the stone shelves where they would have
Yes.
the bodies laying on them.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
they're very different.
So pretty sure there should be something here. That's not good though.
So do we perceive anything other than that? There's just no bodies where there should
Nope.
be?
Nothing else.
Okay. Can we run an investigation? Can we do investigation?
Yeah, sure.
And I see nothing. I know nothing.
What did you roll?
A 4.
Okay. I'll let you have the nothing.
Investigation. I rolled an 18.
Sparrow, you would note that the doors were never sealed shut.
The doors were never sealed.
Then the doors were never sealed, you said?
It doesn't look like it.
Were there actually bodies in here?
No, these are 2 empty rooms.
There were 2 empty rooms. Okay.
Yeah, they're just empty.
So there were never any bodies in here anyway. Okay.
Well, it's likely they're not, because the doors have never been sealed and there's nothing in there now.
Yeah.
Then why would there be a name on it?
Yeah.
Is that where the little boy and girl are gonna go?
I believe it. It looks like these are the homes their family laid aside for their eternal rest.
Oh. If that's the case, that's where I need to hold on to his, where I need to put his, what did you want me to put there again?
Bread.
Thread. Thank you. That's right.
But we don't know if that was Walter.
Well, no, if those are the spots that are set aside.
We're gonna go ahead.
Yes, Darmyl, Shepherd, standing in the same 5 feet of space, very close, very buddy, are at an intersection. Ahead of you is a kind of a dining-ish area, but on either side there's of this crossroads there's further crypts.
Yeah.
Darmyl, as you enter that area, I want you to note that there are names etched into both of the doors next to you. The first of the doors says Rosavalda's Durst lies here, and the second says Thornbald Durst lies here.
I yell out to the group, I found the crypts for the kids.
Yes. Okay. That's wonderful. So, let's see. Can I open the door?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
click. Okay. So
Before
who's
you is a casket that is empty.
Can I open it? Because if the kids are upstairs, they're...
No, so I don't have an asset to display an open casket. This is an open casket. It shows a lid, but just pretend the lid is not on it.
Okay, got it. Okay. Can we just confirm with the other room as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same thing in this room as well.
Great.
These are
Okay.
these are crypts that were prepared for children that never received children.
Okay.
Um,
So the other ones.
so you've
What about
opened.
these?
So you have found the crypt of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
So the parents. But these crypts are closed, or these open too?
These are closed. These have lids on them.
Okay. So they were buried?
Yes,
Yes.
their coffins are closed. They're sealed.
Right.
Their crypt
Yes.
doors were shut.
Now I want to be really irreverent and open them just to make sure they're in there.
Is that what
I'm
you'd like to do then?
I'm thinking very loudly.
I don't think it's irreverent to make sure that their eternal rest is undisturbed.
Well, then I'm going to be disturbing their eternal rest. Yes, I do want to open it.
Okay.
When Ember says the words eternal rest, Darmyl instantly remembers that we forgot the bodies upstairs we were supposed to be burying right next to us.
Yes, you did in fact forget them upstairs. Also, as kind of a second point, you forgot to not disturb the mother, which in doing so, Shepherd, a swarm of insects begins pouring out of her casket, attacking you. Please roll initiative.
Oh, but I'm not a human body, so that doesn't bother me.
Okay. Still have to roll initiative.
We'll find
Oh,
out.
I got a 4.
Dirty 20. Why are my initiative rolls so freaking good?
13.
Nat 1. Did I even get?
All right, what do I have to fight something like that?
All right. Well, they get to go first here. They are going after you, Shepherd, because you have disturbed them. This is a swarm of wasps, and they go to sting you with a 16. Does that hit?
Nope.
Alrighty, then that is it for their turn. Darmyl. I'm really confused, Ember. You're off the map. How did you manage
I have
that?
no idea how, if you can resurrect me, or I can leave and come back.
You're back in.
Thanks. I'm so upside down.
Ow. All right, I don't think I can reach it, which really limits my options. So I'm going to. I guess I'll just ready an attack if they come within range to thwomp them with the Warhammer.
Alright, sounds good. Sparrow.
I'm within 20 feet, right? Am I?
Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it, technically. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to attempt to throw my hand axe at the swarm.
Okay. Roll your to hit.
10.
Alright, well, it is now just kind of embedded in the wall, like right here.
Oh no.
That's nice. Shepherd.
Well, let's see. I have. What do I have? I would like to attempt to use command.
Okay.
and that is a saving of wisdom of 13.
Okay. It didn't do anything.
Fuckers. That uses my whole turn too, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Ember.
Fine.
Great. I guess what could possibly go wrong trying to poke a swarm of insects with a long stick?
Right? They're just wasps with stingers, it's fine.
Yeah, this will not go poorly at all in my human shape. Sure, why not? Assuming that I am within 5 feet to take a swing, I will attempt to attack. And by that I mean flail my quarterstaff very gracefully at this swarm of insects in an attempt to keep them from flying into my face.
Okay.
And that would be a 22 to hit.
Okay, roll your damage.
Three.
3 damage. All right.
Wait, sorry, I forgot that I have my Shillelagh cantrip. Can I mea culpa that a little?
Yeah, that's fine.
Be 11.
Alrighty. These very happy, friendly wasps fly directly into your face, Ember.
Excellent. That seems like a logical thing for them to do.
Does a 17 hit?
It does indeed.
Ah, okay. That's enjoyable for them, I'm sure. That'll be 10 piercing damage.
Well,
Darmyl.
I had 9 feet. So
Darmyl, you're up.
I'm up.
Mm-hmm.
Ember, did you just go down?
can I shove some good berries in my mouth while taking damage?
No, you cannot.
Then yes, I am down.
Ah, okay.
With a pocket full of good berries, just for future reference for anyone who's curious.
What is your health at?
So I had 9 and I took 10 damage.
She's unconscious, making death saving throws, starting her next turn. But we're not there yet.
Okay.
So, Darmyl, there's a bunch of wasps floating above your unconscious ally's body on the ground.
I'm gonna swing my warhammer at him.
Okay.
That's a 10.
To hit?
That's a hit?
I said to hit. What did you roll to hit?
Oh, it was a 10 to hit.
Yeah, that is not enough to hit.
Yeah, I didn't figure.
Okay. That would bring us to Sparrow next.
I'm trying to see if there's somewhere I can move to.
You can move through the space of your allies, but you cannot end in the space of your allies.
This one?
Yes. You are now flanking with your ally, Shepherd, so when you attack the wasps with a melee, you get to roll twice. Take the better roll for advantage flanking.
Alright. We're gonna use my battle axe. The first one's a 20.
Like a natural 20?
No, it's a 17 plus a 3.
Okay. And you rolled
And
the
second one was a 12.
Alright,
Yeah, second one.
So you take the higher roll, which is enough to hit. So then you roll your damage.
8.
8 damage? Oh, you have managed to obliterate the remaining swarm and killed all of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, can I roll can I do cure wounds?
Yes, that's very advisable.
Okay. All right. So I rolled an 8 for
Mhm.
cure wounds.
When you add you rolled an 8 to add your +6
Yeah, that was the roll for cure
with the
wounds for
+6.
her
Okay.
with the
So,
+6.
all right. So then just mark off your spell slot you used, and then
Yep.
Shepherd, you're no longer unconscious, and you would have those 8 HP now.
No, yeah, that's
Sorry, Ember.
Ember.
I said the wrong
Yeah.
name. I was thinking the right one at least.
yeah.
And then maybe munch a few good berries.
Yes.
I will do that. I gasp really dramatically and sit up, and then I take all of the good berries out of my pocket and eat them.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
I'm gonna offer a hand to help her up.
Thank you, kind companions, for saving my life from that wasp swarm, which is a great way for
That
a
you
dwarf
also
to die.
caused.
Birds are great at killing bugs. I'm gonna saunter over and collect my axe out of the wall.
And Shepherd and Sparrow, there is in fact the remains of a woman's skeleton in this open casket.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I'm gonna close it.
Yeah. Let's not tell the kids when we go to get their skeletons that we did that.
Well,
I'm sure they already know.
Now it's probably fine.
was there anything else in the casket before we close it?
Yes, there was a very expensive looking necklace with the depiction of a windmill on its jewel wrapped on the neck of the skeleton.
Okay. Well, we've already taken care of a bunch of wasps, so I'm taking that fucking necklace as a reward.
I'm going to step back into the main hallway as I hear this being.
So, are you announcing out loud what you're doing as you do it?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Darmyl. Shepherd, are you just grabbing it?
I was going to look
With your-
at it
with your
first.
hand?
Can I investigate it first?
Investigates with your hands, perceptions with your eyes.
Investigate it with my hands.
Okay. Yeah, so it is a very valuable gem. It's really hard to tell what it is. It would be so great if you had a rock expert. Just looking at it.
God damn it.
It's super strange looking. You can't really place what it is. It's a really rare metal of some type. But there is an etching in the surface of it of a windmill, which is a symbol you've seen a lot in this house.
Dwarf.
If
Dwarf.
it's metal,
Dwarf.
know
Well,
anything
you guys
about
aren't
it
here.
being a blacksmith?
You're not here. You're not in the room with me, right?
No.
Are you
Okay,
yelling?
so I'm
But you're
calling
yelling
for
at
the
them.
dwarf. I'm yelling at the dwarf to come here. All right, take a look at this necklace.
I'm dwarf.
Dwarf.
Right. I also investigate the necklace.
There you go.
What are you wearing on your hands, Dwarf? Just hands? Skin?
Oh, this is a good question. Yeah, I think it would probably. I don't think I have any sort of
You don't have,
gloves.
Okay. Okay, cool. So can you please roll a con save?
It's a 13.
Okay, thank you.
Did you just go and get these?
What?
I didn't even know it left. Oh, sorry, background.
Fuck.
All right. Darmyl, this beautiful, beautiful stone is super beautiful. Why don't you roll a stone rock check advantage-y thing that you normally make, yes?
All right. That is a history +2 of my proficiency, so 15, 19.
All right, yes. So this is a rare metal that has been out of circulation because of its scarcity called moon metal. It is a gem that illuminates when under full moonlight. The worth of this specific stone is in the 50 platinum range, typically.
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Do you relay this to your ally who's asking about it?
I go, yeah, that's a pretty rock. And I relay that it's moonstone, but I don't necessarily mention that it's worth 50 platinum. Partially because I'm mostly interested in the windmill on it, because I'm starting to have a hunch the windmills are connected.
Probably. What would make you think that? Oh, goodness.
Hey, I didn't think about the fact that I was going to end up with a -1 intelligence, so.
Me either, and I'm the DM.
So I grab, yeah, I mean, I already, touched it, and it looks like a pretty cool rock, so I remove it from the skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think Shep already... So did you take it off the skeleton, Shep, or is Darmyl handling that?
I had it taken off the...
You hadn't?
Yeah, I had.
Oh, I thought...
Oh.
Yeah, because I thought that you were handing it to Darmyl to look at.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I had taken it off, and I asked him to look at it.
Got it, okay. Sorry, I thought you were just looking on there. Okay, yes, no, totally. Then I do not do that. I just sort of hand it back, and I go, yeah, it's a pretty rock. I think it's moonstone.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This really creepy room now.
So let's
And again,
take it with us, and
yep.
we will see
Shut
if it's
the-
worth anything.
We shut the coffin. We're going to shut the crypt door behind us on the way out. We're going to make sure that, again, we don't tell the kids. You're going to hide that necklace.
I put it in my chest pouch, or the shoulder pouch I have. It's inside my shoulder. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's just a pretty necklace, but God knows, because the dwarf is not intelligent. But he said that it is a pretty stone, so...
You found the crypt of Gustav Durst, Shep.
Okay, he's not crazy and possibly not haunted. I'm risky, and I'm almost willing to risk it. I don't know. Dwarf, do we dare do it? Should we open it? Darmyl?
Darmyl, yeah, I mean, in for a penny at this point. Like, we were told not to disturb the mom. We immediately disturbed the mom. Let's see what Pop's got going on.
All right, let's do it. We're going to open it.
Alrighty. Inside, you find the remains of Gustav Durst. Clutched in his crossed arms is a missive that is sealed shut with wax.
Well, I can read.
I don't see any.
I don't know that the dwarf can, but I can read.
You're grabbing the missive, then, I understand?
I don't seem to take much damage on things, and they're all squishy, so
Okay.
I'll take the
So it is a note that is wrapped up, like folded, wrapped up, circular, that has the wax seal on it. The wax seal is this beautiful red wax that is stamped with the image of a windmill on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Surprising, I know. You break it to read the note?
Okay. Is it in any special language, or is it in...
It's in common.
Okay, fabulous.
This is not the beautiful penmanship of a previous note the party had found in the house, but more of a handwriting of a boorish brute. It says, "Dear Darla, my wife will be dead soon, and then we can be together forever. I'm so sad that our beloved son was stillborn, but we can try again once my wife is dead.
Oh.
Love
Oh, my.
always, Gustav.
Did Gustav have a thing with the nursemaid?
Nursemaid.
It seems that Gustav couldn't keep it in his pants.
Darmyl is absolutely laughing about this discovery. In that, like, there's almost nothing. I would have expected less.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to fold this note up and put it in another of my little hiding spots, and I think that we could probably move on.
All right.
Okay. Wherever everybody else wants to go, I'm willing to follow.
Check out the dining room.
Oh, Kate.
No. As you're milling around the room, you find yourself in a very well-appointed dining room. There is a table with 2 crooked, rickety benches on either side of it. There are moldy bones lying all over the ground. This part of the area is not well kept, the floor, that is. And Sparrow, I would like to know what you're doing over in that alcove.
Just kind of observing what everyone else is doing.
But like in the alcove.
Oh, no, I just kind of made myself comfortable in this little nook, and I'm also
Okay. Well, while you're in
remembering
there, can you also just note that there's kind of this really wet, squelchy sound happening directly behind you as you feel this large shape squirming behind your back against you?
I'm kind of gonna look back behind me.
There's this large beaked creature with tentacles on its face that's going to try to suck your face off.
Yeah,
you're in its nest.
Can I use my acrobatics to try to hop away from this thing?
Yeah, you totally can.
17.
Yeah, you're able to leap 5 feet away as this very beautiful tentacle-ish monster with a beak slithers out of the dark corner. You basically sat down on top of its lower half.
Oh.
Yes, that's where you were making yourself comfortable, was on top of this beautiful creature who is attacking you, so you should roll initiative.
Alrighty. We got a 10.
I got 6.
17.
8.
All right, Darmyl, you get to go first. Before you, I will have you roll a nature check, please.
Ooh, I'm not good at this. That is a 4.
It's a worm.
It's a worm.
But it's big. All right, you're up.
I got 11. I don't know if it makes a difference if it's just Darmyl.
It's just Darmyl because it's his turn. You can do that on your turn. But I'll have
on my turn?
Yep, when we get to you, I'll let you do that.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I think I am going to move off the line over to here and then ready in action for if the worm comes out, because unless I can reach it from there.
You're 5 feet away. You can reach it.
5 feet. Oh, cool. Oh, I suppose, yeah, that works. Never mind. We're going to thwomp it.
All right.
17 to hit.
Roll your damage.
Nice. We're not going to smite this guy yet. I've only got one more of those. So that's an awesome 4 damage.
Beautiful. There's a lot of resistance. It kind of feels like you're swinging through syrup. And so you kind of feel like not all of that went through. All right, it's the worm's turn. The worm, being what it is, squirms between Sparrow and Darmyl into the thick of it, where it tries to grab Shepherd with its tentacle-faced tentacles. Redundant.
Okay.
Does a 18 hit?
It's equal, so no.
So no. All right.
Oh wait.
Yeah, you said you have an 18? Yeah, so it does not hit.
Yeah.
And then it's unable to grab you with its tentacles, so it shoots its beak forward in an attempt to bite you with a 3 to hit, which we know does not. Marvelous. Sparrow, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna try to swing my battle axe at it.
All right. Roll with advantage. You're flanking because this is a very intelligent creature, obviously.
I got a 10 and a 5.
Well, neither of those will hit, but nice try.
We're gonna try with the hand axe then. A 13 or a 14 and a 12.
That is also a no-go.
Dang it.
Let's see. That puts us at Ember.
Lovely. Do I perform a nature check?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Uh, 15.
So you know that this is a monstrosity. It is a super large, more evilly aligned worm found in dark areas, very closely associated with death. This creature, you know, is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks.
Okay. I, being a druid of the moon, I'm constantly muttering my Shillalog cantrip under my breath. And you see it imbue the wooden quarterstaff that I am holding with nature's power, with a subtle glow, making the weapon magical.
Yes, you do.
Does indeed. And then I get to let's see if we can take a swing at it. So I make a beautiful acrobatic swing, and that would be a 14.
It does not hit. I'm sorry.
I do a beautiful acrobatic dance, trip, land on my staff, recover, and push nothing. May I use a bonus action? Well, no. I'll leave it at that. I'll just stand there very vulnerable with my glowing staff for a minute.
Okay, sounds good. Shep, you're up. Did you also want to roll a nature check to see what you know of this thing?
Yeah, although probably not much. Let's see. I got a glorious 14.
Yeah, so you would be able to glean the same information, that bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical sources are only half as effective as using a spell would be.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what you said because I didn't want to, whatever.
Well,
okay.
I don't think Ember said any of that either, because technically you only have 6 words per turn to communicate things with, unless you use an action. So,
right. So I wasn't really listening because I didn't,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to use Sacred Flame.
All right. I
Dex
rolled
13.
a 9.
Okay. So I have 2 radiant damage.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's it. Your turn. Darmyl, you're up.
How's this creature looking?
Healthy, vibrant, youthful.
Alright, well, I'm going to try to change that with my Warhammer.
Alright, roll to hit.
23.
Alright, roll your damage.
Oh god, do I want to smite this thing so I can actually do damage to it?
Well, you wouldn't know that since no one's relayed that to you. You can make a nature check, though, to see if your character would know that.
I felt it resisting me, but I won't anyways.
You did feel it resisting you, but not because specifically for the non-magic.
Yeah, and I don't specifically know that, so it's 11 damage of bludgeoning.
Okay. Beautiful. You don't have any bonus actions yet, do you?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Well, I mean, I do actually know. I do have 2 weapon fighting, but I've got my shield, so I don't.
Yeah, I got you. Well, since you have done the most damage to it, it doesn't like you right now, so it's going to try to get you with its tentacles with a 20 dirty to hit.
It just gets through.
And that'll be 9 slashing damage. As it detaches the hooks of its tentacles from your face, it goes to bite you with a 24 to hit.
That weirdly misses.
Yeah, weirdly misses a 24, right?
Yeah. My AC's a donut.
Yeah, so that is 5 additional piercing damage.
Ouch.
Sparrow.
We're going to swing my battle axe at this thing again because I haven't hit it, so I don't know that it's resistant to anything.
That's true.
And I'm not wasting time with nature checks.
You're not.
Darmyl's roughly sure he knows what nature is.
Am I still flanking it since it turned around and hit him?
It doesn't matter what it looks at, from a mechanical standpoint, so even though like the Grick is looking at Darmyl and its back is technically to Shepherd, your space you're always seeing in all directions because you can perceive around you within 6 seconds.
Okay. Well, with my battle axe, yes. I got an 11 and a 12, so those are not hitting.
No.
With my hand axe, I got a 23.
Okay, then you're able to roll damage. Was that a natural 20?
That's a nat 20.
It was a nat 20 plus a 3, yeah.
Yeah, so just you need to say nat 20 on those ones because that means you got to roll double damage.
5.
You rolled 5 damage total or 5 damage once?
One was a 3, and one was a 1 plus a 1 modifier. Yeah, plus a 1 modifier, so 5.
Okie dokie. Marvelous. And then next up is Ember.
Well, having used the intervening seconds to stand back upright after tripping over my own quarterstaff, I finally managed to choke out use magic damage, which is how my druid brain interprets my nature check to my poor unsuspecting colleagues. And with that, I attempt to make a much better effort at hitting this creature with my imbued quarterstaff. And let's see what we get. 18 to hit.
Beautiful. Roll your damage.
Great. Let me do this. 10.
10? Wow, doing this with your beautiful, magical, kind of glowing quarterstaff, you slice the creature right in half.
Hey.
And you're out of combat.
I am immediately wiping slime off of my gorgeously carved green glowing quarterstaff.
Well, don't worry, it's only slightly blue colored with all that blood and gore and viscera.
Viscera.
as the battle's wrapping up, I take a second to kind of glance over at Sparrow's battle axe to be like, is there a blunt or something? I think that's missed on every single roll.
Yeah, maybe I should use the other one. I do have 2 of them.
Do we see anything in the worm guy's body?
Yeah, you find you're digging around in it, you're asking?
I would not be using I would be perceiving, not investigating. My hands are not going in the...
Poking it with a quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can do it that way. Just kind of looking around, eventually you're able to find a small key. Just a metal plain key.
Excellent. I will do the honors of fishing that key out of the goo very carefully. Well, thank you, Sparrow, for luring that creature out of the alcove for us.
I was just minding my own business.
Okay, we have a key. Where do you all think it will go?
A lock.
Thank you, Dwarf.
I'm gonna just casually look over to our little dwarf friend. Like, looks like blades aren't the only thing that's not sharp.
Terrible.
It's amazing. Alright. Which direction do we think?
I accidentally lost my sense of direction in battle. Please, point the way. I'm lost without the forest to guide.
Shepherd,
That's
pause
nice.
right there, please.
Okay.
So from this intersection, passively, Shepherd, you hear a chanting of many voices at a distance, saying he is the one. His blood will undo the curse, and one must die, over and over, from a distance. As it kind of echoes through the chambers, it kind of dies out.
Okay.
Alright, you can continue doing what you're doing.
Interesting. I'm just gonna kind of parlay that back to the, to the rest of the team. So just pretend that I passed it back.
Okay.
Are these voices in common?
Yeah, they're in common. Shepherd, make a dex save, please.
Dex save.
Mm-hmm.
To roll. There we go. 10.
10, that is a fail. I apologize for what's about to happen next. You fall through a trap door. You fall
no.
20 feet.
I'm big and clunky. Does it hurt?
It does, because I need a dex acrobatics check, please, as you fall.
How do you do that?
So, on your skill sheet, find acrobatics and then roll that.
Acrobatic.
It's the first skill check.
There it is. Thank you, dear. 12.
12. That is also a fail. You are about to take 8 piercing damage and 6 bludgeoning damage. The bludgeoning is from the impact of hitting the spear, which you were impaled upon, which is the additional piercing damage on top of that.
Okay, so how do I put that damage in, just total of 14 damage.
Yes, that's correct.
So is it off of the temp and my current?
Yes. So you'll take off the temp first, and then apply the rest of the damage to your current.
Okay.
And you're impaled presently. I imagine you probably yelped in pain, is my guess. Sparrow, your party member, just disappeared through the floor ahead of you. Val, right out of vision.
He's also quite loud and clunky. I'm
Yes.
assuming we heard a loud banging.
Yes, everyone would have heard the loud banging of the 20-foot plummet into the spike pit, and probably the yell of pain from Shap as he was impaled on a spear sticking out of the ground.
I'm gonna step over very carefully and kind of peek over.
Yep, that's a 20-foot drop. Yep, they're impaled. Yep.
Darmyl yells
No.
out, "Are you okay?"
I have rope, but I don't know if we can lift Shepherd out.
Well, I weigh 300 pounds.
Yeah, you do.
So,
I also have rope. Could we maybe tug of war situation this?
you could potentially create a pincer. I don't know if there's anything to use to do that.
Is there anything around that looks like it would hold 300 pounds if we tied all of our ropes to it?
You recall that there was a bunch of wooden furniture, a wooden table, and wooden benches.
Got some pink fuzzy handcuffs.
You also have those.
How
good at climbing?
Well, I'm embedded with a spear.
Yeah.
It might be slightly difficult.
Yeah, suspended by a spear. Kind of like floating in midair, basically.
How far am I off the ground?
Probably about 3 feet. You could probably... you can probably break the spear, because it's like a metal spear tip with like wood, and you just kind of slid down it a little bit. Grossly. You could probably reach your feet out to touch the floor, I imagine, just by straining and stretching, and break off the shaft yourself while it's in you, probably.
Okay.
If you wanted to, I will need a con save so you don't pass out.
So, as far as being the type of character I am, what kind of pain?
You have all the pain receptors a person does. You're just resistant to certain types of damage, like poison and acid.
Understood.
Yeah.
So, con save. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm not doing it. Like that.
Okay.
Anyone have any spells that might help?
Let me think.
don't. Well, one thing that might be strong enough to pull our friend out of the hole would be a brown bear. If we can't think of any better ideas, it would be my last combat shape.
I like that better than the fuzzy handcuffs.
Seems like a better idea.
Great. Well, I think if we join our ropes together in some woven fashion to maximize their durability.
What kind of rope?
So
I know
you should
that.
have hempen rope, I believe, by default.
Yes.
Do we know anything about the weight tolerance of hempen rope?
It's 250 pounds per 50 feet.
Okay, so if we roll
So
2
2 of them together.
Yep.
Well, I'm not 50 feet down. I'm only
20 feet down, but it's 50
I'm
feet
only
of
20
rope
Oh.
feet down. However, if you braid the rope,
to
you're
itself.
gonna have a little bit more tolerance. You're gonna have a little bit more
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know if there's any way to create a fulcrum by, combining some of the furniture to create a lever. So you're able to create a pivot. Does anybody know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think anything here would be of good enough quality to do that.
Okay.
Great.
Ponder using some of the bones as like a pulley and then shake the idea out of my head. Oh no, more lost.
Definitely not good enough for that. No, the only thing that comes to mind that would be like the right shape and toughness would be like maybe like a metal helmet or something.
You're pretty clever.
No.
We don't have anything that's even a triangle shape beyond that, so
No, we don't.
No. I think it's a task for a bear.
Okay.
Great. So if y'all want to toss me your ropes, I will braid them together using my woodsy skills and then braid a nice loop into the end. That will be easier for the bear to hold in its mouth. And then can I look at, is the edge of the drop particularly sharp?
No, it's
Okay.
just it's like smooth stone.
Great. Smooth stone. Perfect. Well, then I transform into a bear.
Okay.
Excellent. Begin 1 hour timer.
Darmyl jumps back and then thinks it's insanely cool, but is not expecting a bear to pop up beside him despite this conversation we just had.
Yeah, and we did lower said rope already and handle all that, right? Is what Ember said they were doing. Just
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Shep, you have the rope affixed to you or in your hands and right somewhere.
yeah, I've got it kind of wrapped loosely around my wrist, but I've got it, in my fist. So
Okay.
I'm ready. Got an arm up over my head. I'm kind of grimacing in pain because it does not feel very good with this fear going through.
Yeah, I imagine that's true. All right, Bear, roll your strength to haul the heavy machine out of the hole.
Okay, great. Let me just pull up my bear strength.
Yeah, and do that strength check 3 times, please.
Okay. First one is an 11. Second is a 7.
Oh, sweet Pete.
And the last is a 22.
Oh.
Okay, well, you're able to pull out. You're having a bit of a slow tug. You almost drop Shepard again after just barely getting him undone off of that first spear he'd been impaled on, and then you just feel a sudden urge, a rush of nature around you. The earth around you gives you this sense of hominess, even though it's a very dark, imprisoning feeling, and you push forward in bursts of energy and are able to pull Shepard out of the hole. Shepard, you are kind of bleeding a lot. The spear broke off as you were being pulled out. So you have a gaping hole through your body presently.
Yes.
So however you want to deal with that.
I can't do any of the healing stuff I have on myself, can I?
You can.
I head over. Nope, I gotcha. I head over and lay on hands for 5 will be half my pool.
Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Can I
Well,
also
I
have
can't put it into temp either, can I?
No, it's not in temp. It's in your normal.
Yep. So I'm maxed out now.
Okay. And then I'll have you do a medicine check on yourself, Shepherd. With advantage because it's yourself.
I'm sorry?
It's on yourself, so do it with advantage.
How do you do it with advantage?
You roll 2 dice. You roll this check twice and you take the higher
I
number.
saw. At least it was the second one, 14.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough to know yourself with your DC. You would know that you just have to be a little favorable to your left side in the next combat.
Okey-doke. Thank you very much for all of your help and support, team. I just did a Commander Shepherd salute, but you couldn't see me.
Darmyl says, of course, as he continues to stare at the bear.
The bear just like shuffles, yawns, and scratches its head on the wall.
Beautiful.
How tall is a brown bear in D&D, Ember?
They're large.
Where's that? Or yeah.
They are
they're
large. Yeah.
So like between 8 to 10 feet. And
so I was gonna say roughly twice as tall as I am.
Easily twice as tall as you are.
Yeah. So I'm just craning my neck up and like thinking this is the coolest thing ever.
Well, yeah, because they're taller than me.
Yeah, brown bears are typically mounts for dwarves in Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just went for the highest.
For later.
All right. Anything else we want to do in this dangerous hallway?
Yeah.
Can I leap over this? Do I have the ability to leap over this?
You want to jump over the danger hole?
This space, this 5 while. Yeah. This 5-foot space. There's more area to cover back over there. Or wait, nope, never mind. I don't want to. I want to go the other way.
Okay. Yeah, it is a 5-foot jump, so you could make a jump over it, but you know it's a hole, so you would, could potentially fall down the trapdoor again. Are you going that way?
I'm going.
Yeah, so that way is leads you to a stairway descending further down. And as you go down that hallway at the top of the stairs, Shepherd, that chanting you heard before, one must die, is heard echoing down the hallway before you.
But I'm not finished with the rest of this area.
Well, you don't have to go forward. You're just going, so I'm telling you what you're hearing.
Yeah, I'm going back because I want to check to see what else is up here.
See, the bear is like awkwardly backing up and can't.
I'm trying to remember which way we've been. This is like a giant puzzle. It's puzzling. Oh, I don't like the look of this. All right.
You don't like the look of it?
I'm not a fan of it. Just coming in.
So this room is festooned with moldy skeletons hanging from rusty shackles against the walls. A wide alcove on the far wall contains a painted wooden statue carved in the likeness of a gaunt, pale-faced woman wearing a voluminous black cloak, their pale left hand resting on the head of a wolf standing next to them, and their right hand a smoky gray crystal orb. The room has exits on 2 of the 3 walls in directions other than where you're entering from, and from the southernmost room you hear chanting. One must die, one must die.
So, do we want to take a break before exploring this room since it's been 2 hours?
We absolutely can take a break. We're going to stop right here for just a few minutes.
I don't know. Do we have an accord? Is that what we want to do?
Yes. Bear nods.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. I would like to take that off the table. And this chanting's kind of freaky.
Okay. Yeah. Let's
And-
scoot out of this room
Yeah,
and
I
go
would-
back
I would-
upstairs.
It seems at this point it generally kind of feels to me like all roads, or to Darmyl rather, that all roads lead to chanting.
All right.
Excellent. Just a point. While in my bear wild shape, I'm going to expend my last spell slot to regain health.
Can you cast spells while you're a bear?
No, I cannot. I can use a bonus action to expend a spell slot to regain 1d8 HP per level.
Ah, perfect. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that was a feature. That's cool.
Yeah, wild shape is.
Yeah. I may be a DM, and I may have been doing this for many years, but I have not played all the classes yet, so I'm not super versed in all of them. Just most
I
of
am
them.
Googling things every 10 minutes while we play.
I'm very thrilled to know this. Maybe I should get a third and a fourth monitor.
I've ended up on one big monitor with like also my laptop screen open because the new Macs, annoyingly, you can only have one for like my work one, and it's I will certainly say I miss having multiple discrete screens.
All right, we are headed back to the upper. Here, Ember, let me T-pose you through the house to get you where everyone else is. You're T-posing. Look at you go.
I'm using 3 devices right now, and the map is on the leggiest one, so thank you. It would have
Absolutely.
taken me 20 minutes.
I'm officially gonna figure it out this weekend, guys. I've been not probably have a gigabit connection where I'm sitting, so this is a little embarrassing for me.
This is all good. This is all good.
All right. So
I do have a slimy worm-covered key in my pocket now that I am no longer a bear.
not that one.
Yeah,
Darmyl has.
I had the key. Yep. I have the attic or the kids' room key.
And you're in the kids' room, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're in the kids' room.
So hypothetically, you could probably lock the set door with you in it.
Ooh.
Lock
Look around and say, "No one touch the bones till morning," and then I lock the door.
You're about as safe as you can get in this place.
Except for the kids
I thought
will
we
come
were
and
going
annoy
to
us.
put them to rest first.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna put them
that's
to
right.
rest first, or are we gonna?
Unlock the door.
The girl Rosavalda appears before you. I saw everything you did down there. Thank you.
What do you mean? Oh. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I can't imagine resting for eternity with hornets eating your bones could be that peaceful.
I agree.
I
I'd
will
imagine
watch
that'd
over
be
you as you rest tonight. I'll make sure the others leave you alone. She floats, so she's partially phased in and out of the wall.
Do we trust her?
I don't know. Do you trust her? Do you want to roll an insight to see if she's trying to pull one over on you?
Ooh. How insightful is our giant mech?
I got 14. I have a
You-
+3, but
You trust her.
I trust her. I don't know. Does anybody else want to try?
Ember is
Sure.
already asleep.
Oh, I got a
Yeah.
12.
What about Ember?
11.
12.
Ember is already asleep.
Okay. Yeah, everyone trusts her implicitly.
So do we want to relock the door?
Yes, please.
All right, so we're gonna rest here, then carry on.
Yep. Sounds that
Yes,
way.
I locked the door, leaving the key in the lock, so that like it's just sort of a latch from our side,
Okay.
but locked.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you are all able to have a long rest. And it is undisturbed the entire time.
And we don't get any temp HP back.
No, temp HP is temp.
It's all gone.
Once it's gone for good. Until you get more temp HP in the future.
And just confirming, we should do this with the long rest button in D&D Beyond.
That is correct.
Heck yes. Look at all those unused slots.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
All right, you have all had a long rest. Rosavalda is watching Darmyl sleep as the
Absolutely snoring, by the way. Darmyl
she was entertained very greatly and is smiling as you groggily wake up.
Did he fart a lot?
He just snores like crazy.
There was no activity in the house while you slept. It just got a little wobbly for a minute there as the house decided what to do with you next.
Thanks for keeping watch over us. Do you know what it decided?
No. I speak 4 languages, but I never learned to speak house.
Do you speak in... What languages do you speak?
I speak in Loxodon, and I speak in Sylvan, and I speak in Common, and I speak in Infernal. Our father required us to learn.
I speak Loxodon too.
She makes elephant noises at you.
I responded in the same.
She made a joke to you about a very inappropriate topic.
Darmyl's head explodes. It's never considered a language like this before.
I laugh, and the laugh that my character makes is kind of a screechy, not greasy, but clunky sound.
Beautiful.
Rose, child, now that you have watched over our sleep, shall we repay you by putting you into your eternal rest?
Oh, thank the gods. Yes. I'll go and prepare my brother for the final sleep. Please, though, he cries so much. Make sure you put him in a separate crypt.
I'll carry the bodies.
We will, dear. We've already checked them out for you guys.
May Lolth bless and guide you.
Okay. Alright.
The Lutheran in me just really wanted to say, and also with you.
Yeah, that's the Star Wars fan in you.
Mm-hmm.
We grab the bones, by the way. Just make sure we say that out loud.
Yep, I said that. I grabbed the
Okay.
bones.
Don't mind me. I'll just literally be trapped on this map forever.
Can we pause in the room with the cots and call for Rose and see if she can read the names for us?
Ooh, yes, please.
A wispy voice kind of fills the room around you, and she says, "This is the initiate's quarter."
What initiates?
That one's by the pretty boy says, "Initiate 2."
Creepy AF.
Initiates to what?
You're met with silence.
Initiate to their cult.
This must be.
Okay, well, thank you.
As you go through the room, notice that the table and 2 of the chairs are missing from the room that were previously there.
Yeah. Interesting.
I hate this. Let's get rid of the creepy bones.
Is it the middle right? Which one was the children's? Middle left.
Yeah, it's the left side. Is
Yep.
there... I can't. I'll just wait. I'll come back.
Can I do a religion check for the correct rites to lay the children to rest?
Sure.
That's a 9.
You think that the one you're most familiar with is laying animals to rest in nature, and you think that is probably the same thing here, because children are like lambs, after all, according to some religions.
They are indeed the sweet, innocent lambs.
I take some bread out of my rations. I assume that that's like bread
Yeah.
and whatnot, so that we can give it to the boy.
But so is that what we're going to use for bread on his? Okay. Is there a name on the chest on the top here?
Yes.
What does that name say?
That is Thornbolt.
Okay. So I'm going to lay him in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me go over here and lay her in here.
Mm-hmm. That's Rosabalda.
Okay. And then who had the highest religion check? Or can we try it again so we can do the
I can try.
Yeah.
Nope, I got a 2. I am not religious.
I had a 9.
I got a 12.
So none of y'all know.
Because we have to do the Lila blah blah.
Well, I mean, technically, you're a cleric, so you would just know how to do a ritual funeral, probably. At least clumsily.
Well, okay.
You can either do a quick ritual, which takes 3 minutes, or you can do a clumsy, slow ritual, which takes an hour.
I'm going to do a quick ritual.
Okay.
And we're going to pretend that I'm saying all of the right words.
Mm-hmm.
And can you refresh me on what the goddess's name again is?
For the girl, Lolth. Lolth.
Lolth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and their religion is called again?
The cult of Lolth.
Cult of Lolth?
Mm-hmm.
There was another name for him. Okay. Okay.
So she was
The
the
spider
female
queen.
drow spider queen of evil
The
death.
spider queen of death and evil, yeah, or
Yeah.
evil
Yeah,
death.
so... Oh, Lady Drolf, please take to your bosom these two precious children who were taken before their time. What were their names again?
Thornbolt and Rosavalda.
Thornvault and Roosevelta. Young children of this beloved house of lords and ladies. Precious, precious lambs of this family and this land. Much beloved. They've stayed in their time. They've stayed way beyond their time. We bring their bodies to this crypt and we lay them to rest. Please take care of them and see them to rest. Amen. Blah, 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 blah.
Beautiful. Sparrow, are you taking part in this in any way, shape, or form?
Pharaoh's not religious.
Okay. Darmyl, you're putting bread on the thingamabob for the boy?
Yep.
That's
and
what we promised.
Okay.
I'm a paladin, so I've probably been to a couple of funerals, and I'm at least sort of mumbling along.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we promised to put a hunk of bread
Yep.
in his.
And so have you done that already?
No, that's what we need to do. So
Okay.
we need to walk in there and go put the hunk of bread in his.
Yep. At an appropriate moment during the service, I'd lay it in the coffin
Okay.
and say, ashes to ashes, bread to bread, and
All right.
back out.
And when you do that, Darmyl, you hear the little boy's voice in the back of your mind saying, "Thank you, mister. Now I don't have to starve to death again."
Oh, that's awful.
Everyone just sees a tear go down Darmyl's cheek.
I'm just there finally yes.
All
Okay.
right. Well,
I
you
want to
have
close their
you
doors
have
now.
concluded the ceremony and put them to rest. Darmyl and Ember and Shepherd, for performing the funeral rite, you all gain inspiration.
Ooh.
Ding.
So that is that little box next to your walking speed on your character sheet.
Yeah.
I love pushing that button.
Because
awesome.
it gives you that little sunlight symbol.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
They've made the character sheet fairly satisfying. I do.
Yes, they
I do
Okay.
enjoy it. Like, I have dice sitting right next to me, but I don't hate rolling on it enough to keep doing that.
Marvelous. What would you like to do next?
Do we want to continue? Is there a stopping point we're aiming for this evening?
You know what? Based on where we are and where we have left to go, I think that this is a beautiful place to end for the night. And we will just get through the rest of Death House next session.
Alrighty.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Did I see in scheduling that we